I looked at so many creative industries to find those personal leadership habits that can help leaders to enhance their personal creativity and adaptability. I looked at Michelin-starred chefs. I looked at the leader of Carnegie Hall at New York City. I talked to Broadway producers. I talked to the executive producer of hit TV show Friends. I talked to painters, musicians, jazz artists, improv artists. And all of those people had different habits and processes and ways of leading teams and team dynamics, all of which are fascinating and all had certain consistent themes. So, for example, when thinking about how do you completely reinvent yourself or your organization or an idea, I looked at chefs, the world of culinary arts, and I found there were three distinct techniques that different leaders used. For example, I looked at Chef Bobby Chin, a celebrity TV chef, and looked at how he approached creativity. And he uses combinatorial creativity. He combines East and West. He looks at, for example, using French mother sauces, but combines it with Asian ingredients like lemongrass, guava, etc. I then looked at Ferran Adria, the chef of what was ranked the top restaurant in the world for years and years, El Bulli in Spain. And he actually created an R&D center. So he said we have to sort of stick to our menu on a daily basis and then close the restaurant down completely for half the year in order to invent and reinvent. Now that is a more resource intensive approach, but one that was obviously incredibly effective for him. Then I looked at Chef Alain Passard, the 3 Michelin-starred chef at Arpège in Paris. And he looked at personal reinvention in order to reinvent his restaurant and his cuisine. He actually sort of went on a personal retreat. He left the business. He went into sort of farming and looking at ingredients coming out of the ground. And in so doing, he came to a revelation. And that revelation was, why was he so obsessed with meat and fish? And this was quite a bold decision in Paris, right? Parisians like a little bit of duck, a little bit of fish with their dinner. But he said, could I make vegetables the star? And he did, and he retained his 3 Michelin stars. So 3 different approaches to sort of dramatic invention and reinvention. And that's just one lesson from the culinary arts. There are a dozen other industries that I looked at that are incredibly useful and interesting for leaders in any industry in sparking success.